We can use the cosine rule to find a missing length when we know two sides and the angle between those two sides, or we can find a missing angle when we know all three lengths. This first question, calculate the length of the missing side. The cosine rule, which is what we're going to be using, is a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. The thing with cos, the big A, is the angle. That's big A. Opposite big A is little a. And the other two lengths are called B and C. So we can just substitute the numbers here. A squared equals 12 squared plus 5 squared minus 2 times 12 times 5 cos 32. And we'll just grab the calculator, type it in. So 12 squared plus 5 squared minus 2 times 12 times 5 cos 32, and making sure we're in degrees, which we are. So a squared is 67.23 and so on. So a is the square root of that. Square root my answer, 8.2. So a, the length of the missing side, is 8.2 centimeters. One for you to try. Pause the video, give it a go. So again, we've got two lengths and the angle between them. So we know we can use the cosine rule. Big A is opposite little a. The other two are called B and C. And the cosine rule, a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. Substituting in to the cosine rule, 15 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 15s times 12 cos 105. Type it in the calculator. And we get a squared to be 462 and so on. So a is the square root of that, which is 21.5. 21.5 centimeters. Calculate the size of the biggest angle, this question says. So we need to find a missing angle. How do we know which one's the biggest? Well, the biggest angle is going to be opposite the biggest length, the biggest side. So the biggest angle is going to be this one here, opposite the 11.5. And we can use the rearranged cosine rule. So if the cosine rule is a squared plus b squared, a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. If we add 2bc cos a to both sides, 2bc cos a, and take away a squared, we get this. We can get cos a by itself by dividing by 2bc. So the rearranged cosine rule is b squared plus c squared minus a squared over 2bc. So again, big A is going to be our angle. Opposite big A is little a. And the other two, in either order, are B and C. So we're going to have cos A equals 8.7 squared plus 6.5 squared minus 11.5 squared over 2 times 8.7 times 6.5. So that's going to be cos A. Let's find out what cos A is by typing this in. So 8.7 squared plus 6.5 squared minus 11.5 squared over 2 times 8.7 times 6.5. So cos A is negative 0.12 and so on. So shift cos 97.3. So A is 97.3 degrees. So we find out what cos A is, and then we do arc cos, shift cos to find A. One for you to try. Give it a go. So this time the question says calculate the size of the smallest angle. The smallest angle is opposite the smallest side. So we've got big A, little a, and the other two are B and C. So cos A is B squared plus C squared minus A squared over 2BCs. So that's 13.6 squared plus 18.1 squared minus 11.8 squared over 2 times 13.6 times 18.1. So this is going to be cos A 13.6 squared plus 18.1 squared minus 11.8 squared over 2 times 13.6 times 18.1. So cos A is 0.75. A is shift cos 0.75. Shift cos answer, and that's 40.7. So 40.7 degrees. This time we've got a bearings question. A ship sails 8 kilometers from point A. Let's draw as we go. So we'll have point A somewhere here. We're going to go 8 kilometers on a bearing of 92 degrees. So this is north, 92 degrees, so 90 degrees, just over that, 92 degrees, 8 kilometers. And that's 92 degrees. To point B. So we've got B. The ship then sails 11 kilometers on a bearing of 108. So this is north. 108 is, well, just more than 92. So let's draw it over there. 108 to point C. Calculate the distance from A to C. So we want to know this distance here. So A to C. So we want to know the distance A to C. We know that this length is 11. And we can work out this angle here. So we've got two parallel lines here, two north lines. The co-interior angles inside of them have to add up to 180. So if this one's 92, this one must be 88. And then we've got angles around the point, which have to add up to 360. So 360 minus 88 and minus 108 gives 164. So this is 164 degrees. So we've got co-interior angles here, and then angles around the point. Now we've got all the information we need. We're finding a length. So we have big A. No, we don't. We have big A is the angle. Opposite it is little a, and the other two are B and C. So A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos A. So A squared equals 8 squared plus 11 squared minus 2 times 8 times 11 cos 164. 8 squared plus 11 squared minus 2 times 8 times 11 cos 164 is 354. Square root that, 18.8 kilometers. One for you to try. Pause the video, give it a go. So again, we need to draw what's going on here. A ship sails 7 kilometers from point A. So there's our north line. On a bearing of 85 degrees to B. That's 7 kilometers. It then sails 12 kilometers on a bearing of 115 to C. So this is 85. It then goes 115 degrees. 115 to B. 12 kilometers. And it lands at C. Calculate the distance A to C. So again, use co-interior angles. So 85 and 95 are going to make 180 because these two lines, the north lines, must be parallel. So if you go along, down one north line and go back up the other one, you must have turned 180. They're co-interior angles. And then we do 360 minus 115 and 95 for angles around the point, and that's 150 degrees. So then we've got big A as 150, little a, B, and C, and just substitute into the cosine rule now. A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos A. So 7 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 7 times 12 cos 150, and that's 338.49. Square root the answer for 18.4. So it's 18.4 kilometers. This time we've got a quadrilateral, and the question says calculate the size of angle ABC. So we can make this into a triangle by just drawing a diagonal line across it. So we need to find the size of angle ABC. We can find, well, we're going to have to find the missing length first, and then we'll be able to use the cosine rule twice to find both parts of the angle. So let's find the missing length. So let's have big A, little a, B, and C. And again, A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos A. So A squared equals 5 squared plus 11 squared minus 2 times 5 times 11 cos 65. So 5 squared plus 11 squared minus 2 times 5 times 11 cos 65. So 99.5, that's A squared. 99.5, so A is square root 99.5, which is 9.9. I'm going to store this in my calculator actually. So I'm going to click store A, 9.976. So 9.976. And now I'm going to be using this number again So I've got it stored as A, so I can use the whole number. Now I'm going to work out this angle, CBD, and ABD, and I'll add them together to get ABC. And to do that, I'm going to use the cosine rule to find an angle. So cos A is equal to B squared plus C squared minus A squared over 2BC. So let's have, so we're going to change our labels. So this time I'm going to have big A here. This one's going to be little a. And these two are going to be B and C. So cos A is equal to B squared, which is 9.98, my last answer, squared, plus C squared, 5 squared, minus A squared, 11 squared, over 2BC, 2 times 9.98 times 5. And remember, I've got that 9.98 saved as A or last answer. So answer squared plus 5 squared minus 11 squared over 2 times answer times 5. 0.035 shift cos 87.98. 87.98 degrees. And I'll store that as B because I'm going to be using that one again. Just make a quick note that this one's B on the calculator, this one's A on the calculator. Then I want the other one as well. So I'm going to have big A, little a, B and C. So cos A this time is my 9.98 squared plus 6 squared minus 7 squared over 2 times 9.98 times 6. So that is alpha A squared plus 6 squared minus 7 squared over 2 times alpha A times 6. So that's cos A is 0.722. Shift cos, the answer, 43.7. So A is 43.7. So let's add them up. So we've got 43.7 here. We've got 87.98 here. So if I add the one I've got saved as B, I get 131.7. So angle ABC is 131.7 degrees. That is my answer. And one for you to try. So pause the video and have a go at that. So again, the question says find the sides of angle ABC. ABC, we're going to have to cut it in half this way and use the cosine rule to find BD. So that will be big A, little a, B and C. A squared equals 6 squared plus 5.5 squared minus 2 times 6 times 5.5 cos 98. 6 squared plus 5.5 squared minus 2 times 6 times 5.5 cos 98. 75.4. And square root the answer, 8.69. 8.69. And again, store it in the calculator. We're going to be using it again. So it's stored as A. And that is 8.69. Now we can use the cosine rule to find an angle twice. We've got two triangles. We know all of the lengths. So we can, when we know all the lengths, we can find the angles. So this one will be big A, opposite it little a, and then B and C. So to find this angle, we are going to say cos A is equal to B squared, 8.69 squared, plus C squared, minus A squared, over 2BC. So we have answer squared plus 5.5 squared minus 6 squared over 2 times answer times 5.5. 0.73, that's cos A. I'm not going to write it down just because I want to save space. If this was an exam paper, I'd be writing that down. And then I'm going to shift cos answer to get A as 43.2, and I'll store that as B. So A is 43.2 degrees. And the next one, let's have big A, little a, B, and C. So cos A is 8.69. So that's saved as A in the calculator. Squared plus 3 squared minus 10 squared over 2 times 8.69 times 3. So that is alpha A squared plus 3 squared minus 10 squared over 2 times alpha A times 3, which is negative 0.298 and so on. Shift cos 107.4. 107.4 degrees. So we've got our two parts, 107.4 and 43.2. Add them together. So that's 150.5 degrees. And another question, in triangle ABC, let's just draw a triangle ABC, A, B, C. A to B is called X. A to C is called X plus 1. And B to C is 7. Angle ABC is 60 degrees. Find the value of X. So we've got a cosine rule question here. We'll have big A, little a, B, and C. And we're just going to substitute into the cosine rule and then solve for X. So A squared, X plus 1 squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos A. And then we'll just simplify this as much as we can. So we know X plus 1 squared, we can expand the brackets. X plus 1 times X plus 1 is X squared plus 1x plus another 1x plus 1 equals x squared plus 7 squared is 49. And then we've got 2 times 7 times cos 60. So 2 times 7 times cos 60, which is 7. Cos 60 is half. And that's times x minus 7x. And take away x squared from both sides. So they cancel out. And we're just left with 2x's plus 1 equals 49 minus 7x plus 7x to both sides. Take away 1 from both sides. 9x is a 49. 48. 48 divided by 9 is just 16 over 3. So x is equal to 16 thirds. One for you to try. Give it a go. So again, just draw the triangle ABC. ABC. A to B is called x plus 2. A to C is x minus 1. B to C is 5. And angle ACB is 60 degrees. So we have big A, little a, B, and C. Substitute into the cosine rule. So we've got a squared, x plus 2 squared, equals b squared, 5 squared, plus c squared, x minus 1 squared, minus 2bc cos a. Couldn't quite squeeze that in. Simplify as much as we can. So x plus 2 squared, x plus 2 times x plus 2 is going to be x squared plus 2x plus 4. 5 squared is 25. X minus 1 squared is going to be x squared minus x minus another x plus 1. 2 times 5 is 10 times cos 60, which is half, is going to be 5. And then we've got times x minus 1. Let's take x squared away from both sides, just to simplify it a bit for now. 4x plus 4. We've got 25 plus 1, which is 26, minus 2x, and expanding this bracket, minus 5x plus 5. So we've got 4x plus 4. 26 plus 5 is 31. Negative 2, take away 5 is negative 7. Plus 7x to both sides. So 11x. Take away 4 from both sides. So 27. So x is going to be 27 over 11.